Hey, 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 hey. I am live. Oh my goodness. Hey, you two. Hey, Fighter Jets. Hey, Fighter Jet family. All right, y'all. So look, this is my first live stream on YouTube. And I'm so grateful to be here. I want to welcome you to my channel. Today, what we are going to be doing is um, asking Spirit, what message do we need right now? What do we need to hear right now? This is not just for you, this is for me as well. On this channel, I teach through transparency of my own flaws and my own issues. I'm so transparent that it's quite embarrassing at times, but hey, that's what I'm here for. So let's go ahead and clear the space. Take a deep breath with me. Thank you, Spirit. I declare that the messages that come through on this reading at this time are divine, and that they are meant to reach the ears of those who need it at this moment, right now. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that there are no such thing as coincidences. And so I declare that those who listen to this message will receive what it is that they need to receive. And that, Spirit, I trust that you will do what it is that you always do, and you will provide. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I release the need for views. I release the need for comments. I release the need for acknowledgement. And I surrender myself and all of my ego to do what it is that I am called to do, which is to deliver messages, to be a living, walking, talking, breathing testimony of following your intuition. So thank you. It is done. It is done. All right. So today we'll be using the oracle decks of the Sacred Forest. Oh man, I hate. How am I gonna fix that? What am I doing wrong? See, it must be a button where I could do mirror. Man, and this is the other deck. Believe in your own magic. That sucks. I know it's a way to make sure. So, yep, see, you can't. I know it's a way to make sure that you can see the cards, but you can't like pause the live stream. Well, hey, first time for everything. Everything happens for a reason. So, we're going to have to roll with the punches. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Hey, look, that's part of the message right now. That's part of the message right now. Everything is not always going to go your way. And in order for you to have the life that you really want, a life that's full of fun and ease and success and happiness and peace, and you're going to have to surrender to what is being dealt. Not saying that you can't have a desire for something different or something better. No, not at all. It means to be flexible with what is happening in life. That when you have plans and you have intentions, you have to understand that it's not always going to work out the way that you want it to work out. The fact that everything is backwards, sometimes, sometimes you're going to have to start at the end and work your way back. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. What's coming in my, dropping in my spirit, thank you, enlightenment. We'll read that in a minute. But what's dropping in my spirit is starting from the end and work your way back. Meaning, anyone that if you have any goals, if you have any things that you're trying to do in your life, the message right now is to start at the end. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? And then you got to work your way back. Start from the end goal and work your way back to what is it that I need to do next. Whoa, oh, that popped out. Transmutation. Man, that sucks. Transmutation. Come on, Spirit. Come on through. All right. So everything that I just channeled. Wow, these cards are just flying all over the place. This is playfulness. Playfulness. So Spirit is saying that your enlightenment. Thank you, Spirit. Your enlightenment, your journey to that place is going to happen in a transmutation, right? But you see this fire? This fire is probably what you're experiencing right now. But to get here, this is what's happening. That your enlightenment, so it's like a balancing act is what I'm receiving, that your enlightenment is causing the transmutation, is causing your transformation. But then by the same token, your transformation also enlightens you. So there's a back and forth that's happening right now. And you have to understand that if you feel like you're here, that only means that you're going here. Right? We're always looking to have this happen. I want to, you see her heart chakra is activated. I want to be led. I want to go to where I need to go. I want to arrive at where I want to be. I want to get to this place of divine, right? Divine experience, right? Where things just feel good, things are working well. You want to get to that place. And when you don't feel this and you're feeling this, you're just seeing that. It's just fire. It's just hot. It just burns. It's just a lot. It's just too much. But what's happening is you are transforming. You are becoming the phoenix that is rising out of that fire. And your enlightenment is going to come through this process. As a matter of fact, what I'm seeing here is that this light, Spirit is showing me that this light is just like this light. That is through this that you arrive here. All right. Then we have playfulness. Spirit is saying that's how you're going to get there. That's how you're going to get there. You're going to have to embody the spirit of playfulness. I see butterflies here. Butterflies speak to transformation. So again, your transformation, your transmutation, this fire that you're in, this difficult time that you're rolling with, Spirit is saying that this playful energy is what you're going to have to embody. Like, even though it's hot, even though it's difficult, you're going to have to see when you become playful. Let me back up here. Thank you, Spirit. Children, the first thing that comes to mind when I think playfulness. But when you think playfulness, you think lightheartedness, you think ease, you think flow. Like, that's what's required for playfulness. What's required for playfulness is not having a designated, this is what it's going to be. Thank you, Spirit, for the beginning of that message of having that flexibility. See, with playfulness, in order to play with something or someone, you are going with the flow. You're in the moment and you're like feeding off of what's happening in the moment. You're being very flexible. You're being very open, and you're allowing yourself to not take what's happening too seriously and allow it to kind of guide you. At the same time, you're just kind of feeling your way through. Playing is feeling your way through. There's no script when you're just being playful and playing. You're just doing what feels good and what feels right. And so Spirit is saying that your transmutation and your spiritual enlightenment, and even if it's not a spiritual enlightenment, if you're not resonating with the spiritual aspect of it, this enlightenment, this arrival to an understanding, this arrival to understanding in your life about a particular situation or a particular person, this arrival to that place, this enlightenment, this epiphany that you're looking for is going to happen in the fire. right? It's going to happen in the fire. But when you embody the spirit of playfulness and ease and flow and letting go, not being so rigid, when you begin to let go, then you create an ease in your life in the midst of the transformation, in the midst of the fire. And it doesn't have to burn so bad. It doesn't have to burn so bad. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that we need to hear right now? What is it that someone is needing to hear? Not someone, all of us. What do we all need to hear? What does the collective need to hear? This is villain. You can always rewrite the story. You can always rewrite the story. I have not seen this card before. Oh my goodness. I've not seen this card before. But what I'm seeing here, I mean, outside of the obvious message of you can always rewrite your story, right? Outside of that, which I think fits very well with what it is that's going on here in our in this message, but it's standing out to me that she is about to. It looks like she's about to crush this shell. I mean, it looks like she's about to crush it. It looks like she's about to crush it. Spirit, please give me clarity on that. You can always rewrite this. Ooh. Shark, swim away from this situation. I've never seen this either. Shark, swim away from this situation. Look at that, y'all. And this is like not even a deck about like water or anything. Like we pulled these cards. So Spirit, what is it that you are trying to say? All right. So what I'm seeing here is 38, 3, 8. 8 and 3 together make 11, and 11 always resonates to me as new door, as a new opportunity or doorway, the beginning of something, right? And so the fact that you can always rewrite your story. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So going back to the beginning of our message of the transmutation, right? And the flexibility. You don't have to feel stuck. Like whatever is happening, or whatever it is that you're waiting on, whatever enlightenment that you're waiting on, you don't have to feel stuck. Like whatever direction that things have gone, you can always rewrite it. Spirit is saying, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying to not be afraid to make choices, to not be afraid to make decisions. Like I know for myself, it used to be so hard to decide on something, to make a choice about something, especially the more that I had at stake, the more difficult it was to make the decision, because I was so afraid of making the wrong decision, so afraid of regretting what it is that I'm doing. And Spirit is saying that you don't have to have regrets, that nothing and no one, no situation is ever going to be perfect. And you'll never have all of the knowledge in order to make the best decision, right? Like you're going to have to trust. You're going to have to take some steps and trust. And Spirit is saying that if you do something that later on you say, you know what, I want to change it, you can always rewrite that story. You can always swim away from the situation. You can always leave. You're not ever stuck. Like being stuck is an illusion. You're not ever stuck. So look, collective, family, while you're on this journey, Spirit is saying be flexible. Spirit is saying be playful, that you don't have to be so serious about it all, even though things are serious. that the way towards that enlightenment, the way towards those epiphanies, the way towards that doorway, that new opportunity, that new experience, is to not pound your way there. The way there, not force your way there, not strategize your way there. While those things serve a purpose, the true way to get there is through that embodying that spirit of lightheartedness and playfulness, where you're trusting your inner guidance, and that you can eradicate the fear of making mistakes by understanding that there's nothing that you can't walk away from. You can always change your mind. You can always rewrite the story. You can always do it again. You can always do it again. Don't be afraid to make decisions because you're afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make decisions or to state your piece because you're afraid of whatever. It could be afraid of what other people might say. It could be afraid of being rejected, that other people won't agree, or that you'll be ostracized because your beliefs or your thoughts are not in alignment with the majority in your vicinity. Spirit is saying that you're going to have to step out and trust yourself and trust your divine higher power to lead you and guide you through embodying this light-hearted spirit of playfulness. And it is through that type of attitude and energy that a transmutation will happen, and that you'll begin to rise out of that fiery situation a transformed being, soaring, ready to fly, ready to go, all because you decided to surrender and allow yourself to be led. Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. Unplug and relax for a spell. And every time I see this card, it makes me think of a shift of perspective. Shifting your perspective. That the reason that you're feeling so hot up in here, the reason that you're feeling so hot, is not just because things are hot, but you can ease that. You can ease that by shifting your perspective. If you don't see the way out, if you don't see what your options are, it's because you need to shift your perspective. And a way to shift your perspective, family, is to quiet your mind, to get still. Here, this woman is doing a practice of stillness, a practice of self-love, a practice of self-care. That's what I see when I see this. She has her crystals, she has her flower, she has her tea, steaming hot tea. She set up her situation to give her what she needs in the moment. She's providing herself a safe space to get quiet. And it's that getting quiet meditation for me. It's the meditation for me. It's that getting quiet that's going to shift your perspective. It's when you do that that you begin to receive. That's how you receive your guidance. When you are operating just, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm getting this done, I'm picking this up, I'm dropping this off, I'm doing this work, I'm taking care of this, and you're so wrapped up in that and you don't take the time to quiet down, then the messages and promptings and pulling that spirit has on you to take you down the road that is going to take you to the place that you truly desire to go, you can't hear that because it's so loud. You can't hear it because it's so loud. So spirit is saying that you're going to have to get quiet in order to shift your perspective. You're going to have to get quiet in order to see what is available to you. Sorry, we're going to do that again. You're going to have to get quiet in order to see what your options truly are. Okay. Purification. It is in this purification, is in this process that the things that are, thank you, Spirit, just like what was being said before, here, the loud noise, remember the loud noise, the things that are going on all around you that you have to quiet your mind down from. It's like purification process. It's like what Spirit is showing me is like a strainer. Like when you have noodles and you want to pour the noodles out, you pour them in the container and it strains the water out and leaves the noodles. That meditation, getting quiet, mindfulness, those things are going to act as a purification for you. It's going to purify your thoughts. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying to purify your thoughts. And we're going to pull, I don't have my other deck. All right. So Spirit, come through with this last card. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, I didn't even get to shuffle it before one popped out. Acceptance. Acceptance. Thank you, Spirit. It seems to me that the entire message that Spirit is giving us right now is how to move with ease through our fire. Spirit is showing us how to find clarity in the fire. I'm hearing storm. How to find clarity in the storm. How to find coolness in the fire. How to find relief in the desert. That is what I feel that Spirit is ultimately saying to us. If I could wrap it all up and summarize it, that Spirit is saying that in this fiery situation, this difficult situation that either you are going through now or are about to go through or are coming out of, that Spirit is giving us how to ease our way through that. Y'all, life is going to have ups and downs. I mean, that's just what it is, right? You got to accept that. That's just what it is. Life is going to have its ups and downs, its peaks and its valleys. But where you can truly find peace is not going to occur in the controlling of situations. You have to get to a place where you are wise enough to understand that and can accept that. And it's through the acceptance that things are not always going to read right, that things are not always going to go as planned. That when you can get to a place, y'all, of accepting that life can be and is unpredictable. See, it's one thing to know it. It's one thing to say it out your mouth. It's totally different to surrender to it, to accept, to truly accept that is the story of life, that is the experience of life. Spirit is helping us to navigate through the fire, through the difficult times, by reminding us of the necessity of accepting that this is the nature of life and that there is a beauty in it, that you can consider playfulness, that if you allow yourself to be in tandem with the universe, right? That you play with the universe. That okay, the YouTube live is backwards. I'm here now. What am I gonna do? How am I going to? What does this mean? How am I going to work with this? Right? And you just work with it. When you're playing with someone else, you don't know what they're gonna say, right? You're a kid. Y'all playing. Y'all playing mommies and daddies. Yeah, the idea is that you're mommy, I'm daddy, but what you say and do, I don't know. And that's the fun of it. The fun of it is that you don't know. And if you were so busy as a child trying to control and write the script for the other person, what they're going to say and what they're going to do and how you're going to handle it, now it's not playing. Now it's work. Now it's directing. Now it's trying to control. Now it's implementing perfectionism. No, you didn't do it right. You got to do it over, right? We've been there too. right? Trying to get together. I know I used to do that with my sister all the time. She hated it. And she used to be like, whatever, I quit. No one's gonna watch this dance anyway. I would be trying to make up dances with her. And it went from playing to me trying to control how it's going to end up. And she was like, this ish is not fun anymore. This isn't fun. I'm leaving. I quit. This is not a game. I'm not your worker. I'm not doing this. And she would quit right in the middle of a daggone performance preparation. Oh gosh, I hated that about her. But I'm sure she hated it about me that she couldn't just get with me and play and just feed off of me. And you do this and I do that. And you have the freedom to be who you are. And it's no judgment, it's no rules, it's just being. And Spirit is encouraging us by allowing us to know that yes, you will have these moments, and you will have the valleys, and you will also have the peaks. But the way that you manage those highs and lows is not by trying to control the lows or extend the highs by trying to control the situation. You can't control it. That's the truth. And the sooner you accept that you can't control it, then now you can move into, which is the encouragement to move into the spirit of playfulness and wonder and amazement at what is happening, right? That this enlightenment, this journey that you're on to grow, to me, that is enlightenment. But this journey that you are on to grow can be soothed and eased. The bumps in that road can be soothed and eased by your shifting of your perception. It can be soothed and eased by your willingness to purify your thoughts, to not be so rigid and stuck to it having to be your way or this particular way, right? To not have such hardcore expectations of outcomes that you are constantly caught off guard by the ebbs and the flows that is life. That you can create a peace and an ease and a flow for yourself simply by shifting your perspective. This message here, if you're hearing it, it is a message of shifting that perspective, right? In order to be able to experience ease and flow in the midst of transformation, in the midst of the fire or the difficult situation, that it's not just, it doesn't have to be one way, right? Spirit is also saying in summary, Spirit is also saying that the way there is to get quiet, to quiet your mind. That every single message that I receive is always including quieting your mind. And I understand that that is because that is part of my mission. Part of my mission is to help individuals learn how to get connected to their inner guidance. And it's through your inner guidance, which I call God, source, your higher power speaking to you and through you. But it's through that inner guidance that you can, that you, it's through your inner guidance that you get your answers. It's through your inner guidance that you feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, that this feels good to me. This feels like a no. Like when you get connected to your inner guidance, there's a clarity that emerges in your life. And so I'm recognizing that in almost every single message, there is always this reminder to get quiet so that way spirit can speak to you, because spirit is always speaking to you. Whatever your religion is, your higher power, your guidance is always guiding you. But it is you that is so loud, or you allowing the world, you're allowing life, you're allowing your thoughts about yourself, your judgment, you're allowing all of these things to dull out, right? To muffle out Spirit's guidance for you. And so it is through this quieting of the mind and getting yourself to a place of stillness that there's a purification of the thoughts. And in the purification of the thoughts, when you purify something, you take away everything that does not belong. And what you're left with is the wholeness, right? What you're left with is the solidness. What you're left with is the foundation, because you've purified everything else that was in the way. And now you're left with the 100% truth of what that thing always was. And so Spirit is saying to purify your thoughts. They're giving us the way to get to this place of playfulness and ease in the midst of our storm, is to have the shift of perception to accept that life has ups and downs, and that you cannot and will never be able to control it or the people in it, and that the only thing that you actually can control is your own personal perspective. And it is through the shifting of your personal perspective that you can shift your entire life. Your life is only happening through your perspective. And when you shift that and heal the way that you see yourself, and the way that you see the world, and the way that you see things that happen to you and around you, and you begin to understand that everything that is happening for you. When you begin to shift into that type of belief system, then even though there is fire, there's also ease. Even though there's a valley, you are pulled forward by the understanding that the peak will come. And so Spirit is lastly, just to summarize, Spirit is lastly saying to never ever be afraid to make your decisions. Never be so attached to being right that you become stagnant. Never be so attached to not failing that you fail to take action. Because it is in that moving, it's in that action that the transmutation begins to happen, that the enlightenment is reached. It is through that. So never, ever, ever feel like you are stuck in a situation. You can always rewrite that story. You can always walk away and swim away from the situation. Thank you, Spirit. So look, you guys, this is the first time that I've done a reading like this, where I'm just kind of shifting through the cards real fast. Normally, I pull out a few cards and I just read the cards and let Spirit, work through me in that way. So this was new to me. I thank you for allowing me for popping my go through the cards fast cherry. Thank you for that. I hope that this message was beneficial to you. As a matter of fact, I know that it is, because we've already declared it to be so. I thank you so much for being here with me, for sharing this space and this time with me. When it comes to readings, not just on the internet, but anywhere, when it comes to guidance from anywhere, you have to remember, y'all, that the best and most accurate guidance for you is the guidance that comes from inside of you. And it's not to say that there is nothing outside of you that can benefit you. By no means am I saying that at all. But it is through your connection to your inner guidance. It's through your personal relationship with your inner GPS system that you can determine what things outside of you are for you. So chew the meat and spit out the fat is what we say over here in country old Virginia, which means just to take what resonates with you and you leave the rest. And that's what you do, period. Not just here, period, in life. Take what resonates, take what works, and you leave the rest. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you'd like to stay tuned for more. I would like to share with you that I have started a podcast, and I'm so excited. And I recorded the first episode today. So I'm not releasing it today, but it is on the way. I'm hoping to have everything released starting in end of February. In the podcast, the podcast is called Behind the Mask, as my channel is called Behind the Mask That They Told You to Wear. And the podcast is Behind the Mask. And the whole idea is that I want to create conversation dialogue and community and transparency around spiritual growth, spiritual awakenings, spiritual journey, and religion. I want to create a space that is so safe and so open that as you are on your journey, that you can come here to this place, to this spot on YouTube, and learn from the diverse experiences and the diverse journeys of other people. Because though we are, our journeys are unique and special to us, that doesn't mean you have to feel alone while you are on that journey. Because the truth is, all of us are on a journey, whether we see it that way or not. We are all on a journey. And I am still on my journey, but when I went through the dark night of the soul, which I'll make sure to put a card here somewhere. Can I do that on a live afterwards? Anyway, I'll put it in I'll put it in the description. But I share my journey from dark night of the soul to standing in the light as the light. And there was a period in my life where I just felt so alone, so alone. And now that I'm here standing on the other side of that experience, I see that there was no reason for me to be that alone. There are so many others that are going through the same things that you're going through. And there's so many others that are going through something totally different, but you can still learn from them. So that is the point of the podcast, is to create transparency around anything spiritual, just so that way it creates a community and conversation around it. So anyway, you guys, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're interested in that. If you have a story of awakening that you would like to share, a part of your spiritual journey that you would like to share, please, by all means, hit me up at info at apriljett.com, APRILJETT. I'll make sure to leave that in the description. I would love to hear your story. If you would love to share with the community that's all about inclusivity, and support and love. All right, you guys. So thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.